Hi Darkroom booth users, Eugene here with Darkroom Software. In this quick video we're going to learn how we can add a disclaimer to the beginning of a session. That way your customers can agree to the terms of use, opt in, or possibly even opt out. So there are a couple different ways we can do this. One is via a survey and the other is via a graphic on a screen template. So let's go ahead and jump right in, see how each one of them works and how they're set up. Okay, so I have two different events set up. If we go to the text menu, right down here you can see that I have a survey added. Let's start the booth and see how this works. Click the start button. I'll ask if I want, if it's okay to share the image. If I click yes, that's fine. If I click no, that's fine as well. The session will still capture the image. In this situation, at the end of the event, you can export that survey list and it'll tell you who opted in and who opted out. So let's exit out and see how we added this option. So surveys enabled, click choose, and I created a brand new survey from scratch, and this is pretty easy. But what I'm going to do is, instead of clicking create, I'm going to just click edit. And here's the survey. I have all of these unchecked. These are just options. Some of them are just style options. But if I click right here, I have my question and it's set to type yes or no. And then I also have a description saying if you select no, your images won't be available on the gallery to download or view. So that is the survey option. And then if at the end of the event, you can go to your wrap up tab and then generate survey results. And then it'll save as a PDF with all the different responses. So that's how you would export a list of who opted in, who opted out, and if you needed it for your records to, let's say you had some sort of agreement on being able to use their email address to share, you can also add it in the same fashion. Okay, so the next option, we're going to go to our screen template. This one is added very similarly, but it's using a graphic object. So I have just a graphic that's set to when shown, and it's specifically getting started. And then I have a button right here that's actually just a start booth button. So when I click this, it enters the session. In this situation, I do not have an option to opt out where it allows them to still take the pictures. So every image, you're essentially telling them that if they're going to get their picture taken, they're agreeing to these terms. This works out a lot better for if you have a lot of text that you have to add. A lot of people in Europe will know a little bit more about this because this is required in Europe. But in the US, it's not as required. We're a little bit more relaxed about it. But here is our compliance agreement. So if you have a lot of text, this is the way to go. And we'll go ahead and edit this template and see how that's set up. So I've added a graphic. I created this in Photoshop. If we go to Photoshop, I have it right here. And it's just text that I copied in and then saved as a PNG. So here is that graphic, and if I double click on it, we can see that it is set to when shown during startup, so it will hide while the session's running. And the same thing for our button, which is a shape set to when shown during startup, and the command is set to start session. So it says I agree, but really it's just a start button. So those are the two different options that you have for adding some sort of disclaimer or agreement that your customers have to agree to in order to start the session, or if you need to, just for your records, have a PDF saying that they have agreed to allow their email address to be captured or their images to be shared. The first option is another good option. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful. I'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching. Here are a couple of videos that YouTube thinks that you might enjoy. Be sure to like, subscribe, but more importantly, if there's something you want to learn a little bit more about, comment below this video and I'll do my best to add it as a future video. I'll see you in the next one.